I would definitely recommend one source of knowledge. And if it costs, I would also recommend to pay for it as well.
Yeah.
And that's some YouTuber called MrCV.
It's your boy MrCV back. I'm back with another one again. This time, I've got something very special for you. I've got someone that's actually a head teacher in the school. How many young people do you know that are actually head teachers in schools? I don't know many, and I'm sure you don't know many. I met this person while doing my teacher training, and from the first day I met this guy, it was as if it was love at first sight. This is something that you can strive and get to, and if you can get to it, I'm sure you can. Before we talk about his head teaching journey, or head teaching CV, as I like to call it, we need to get to know him a bit. So tell us what you do, who you are, and so that everyone else can know about it as well.
So I get asked the question a lot about what I do, and my answer is always whatever it takes. And that's my motto in life. I do whatever it takes to get to where I want to be. I'm a director of 2 businesses. I'm a head teacher, as you already know, of a supplementary school, and I'm also an operations manager at a charity based in Leeds as well. On top of that, I'm also a founder of the charity.
At the Hamara Centre in Beeston, they're making up cultural food parcels for all the diverse communities across Leeds. There's been no sport in this hall since the pandemic started. Instead, they're seeing more families asking for help every week.
It could be that their partner has been laid off jobs. They could be on 0-hour contracts previously as well, as cleaners, as security workers. So during the pandemic, their work has totally stopped.
With all these things you do, operations manager, head teacher, charity worker, I forgot the rest now.
Yeah, it's loads.
How do you time manage?
Again, it's something that I get asked a lot, and again, I'm going to throw a lot of cliche slogans in that conversation today. But you know that the saying is, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. On a Thursday, I'm writing out my weekly plan for the following week to ensure that I get what I need to get done achieved in that following week. One of the things that I've learned to do over the last couple of months is waking up before everybody else. My alarm goes off around about 4:15 every single morning. And that's to allow me to start my day correct. There's a bit of a cliche slogan with the people that wake up 2 hours before everybody else. It equates to a month over a year.
Tell us your current role and how you got into your current role.
I'm a head teacher of the supplementary school that I'm heading in now.
Yeah.
I told them what I do, what I've done in the past, my background as a young person, my passion in life as well. And the school that I work in is a very inner city school, and the young people are very diverse. My passion of working with the BIM community outshone. And I got a call about 2 months later, and she goes, Raheem, I'm leaving my post to go into full-time education. And I'm looking at when I graduate, I want to go abroad to teach. So my role, I've been for 10 years, is available, and I know you can apply for it and get the job. First thing I said is no. I said to her, I'm not ready for it. I've just graduated. And she goes, no, Raheem, you'll be fine. I know what you're capable of. You know, I know what you've done in the past, and I can assure you the work's good. And I said to her, no, I'm not ready for it. She gave me 2 days. And she called me again. She sent me an email and she goes, Raheem, you need to apply for this role. You are the person for this role.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, clearly they see something that I don't see in myself. And again, that was me self-doubting myself. So I applied for it, went for the interview, and I got it straight away. From that point, I realised again that you will only achieve what you want to achieve in life.
And in terms of the qualities of being a head teacher, what qualities do you need?
I think probably the biggest quality is people skills. You have to be able to know how people operate. There's a book that I would recommend anybody to read. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie. That book tells you about how you speak to people. Again, how you ask them to do certain things, the way you do it. All these things are very important in regards to the leadership role. And these are things that I was not born with. You have to learn these things. So I think people skills is the number one, or maybe the only thing as well, because you're communicating with stakeholders, local authorities, young people, pupils, parents, staff members. A lot of people, everyone has different ways of communicating with them. And it's key to know how you communicate with different people at different times. Again, with you having a bit of a leadership role as well, you have to understand that there's a difference between a manager and a leader. I don't see myself as a manager. As a leader, you are always providing support to the pack from behind and not from the front. So even though you put in most of the work, you know, you're providing your staff members with the tools to achieve their goals in life. You know, managers like to be ahead and in front, and I'm the guy who's doing all of this, but with myself, I like to sit back and let my staff members flourish.
When you go to a lot of these management meetings, do you feel like they look down on you due to your age?
Totally. Initially, yes. But again, it's how you present yourself in a room full of people, and again, it's something you can learn if you don't have that skill.
Yeah.
I attend supplementary school head teacher meetings every term.
Yeah.
I attend meetings with the local authorities, and my age has always been something that I thought, I'm the youngest person in this room.
That's what it is, yeah.
And when you walk in through, people are like, wait a minute, who is this person sitting in this room with us?
But how do you
know your business you're in?
Mm.
And that's key. Know what you're talking about. It got to a point where I was attending these meetings, I was co-hosting them with the authorities.
Wow.
So I got to a point where I had to do a presentation on the way I delivered a parent workshop. It was so good that they wanted me to go into every single school and teach these teachers how to do it. It's all about your research, and in the field that you're in, you need to know what you're talking about, because if you don't, you're not going to be confident. If you're not going to be confident, then they're going to see you as somebody who's very inexperienced and really not relevant in that building as well. Again, people skills. I want to go back to it. People skills, knowing how you communicate with people, knowing how you present yourself in a room as well. Guys, work on your self-development.
How do you manage people itself? Or how could people learn to manage you?
I'm known to be a person who's very softly spoken, who's patient. If I listen to them two traits of mine, you don't think I can be a leader or manage people. It goes the total opposite. And again, it's how you speak to people. As a manager, in my both roles as a head teacher as well as an ops manager as well, never the person to give direct orders. Never have I even tried that avenue. It's just not in me. It's just ensuring that people feel empowered in the decisions they're making themselves. So simple things like, you know what you want, you know what you have to do to achieve that, but it's about getting the team involved in that decision as well. You put out a problem to staff members, you ask for their opinion on things. As soon as you get your answer that you want to hear, do you know what? You're right. You're right. Do you know what? That's a really good idea. Even though you know the answer to it already, but it's about involving people. And it's just things like that you just take a little bit of learning and trialing, and your team will work effectively without you being around.
There's not a lot of debate. How do we start to change that?
By putting in the work. They say that on average, a black or Asian person will have to work 3 times harder as their white colleagues, just to show that they are different than everybody else. As you know, going into placements, we would only be the only coloured member of staff in a, majority white school. And that straight away put barriers, obstacles up in the way staff treated you, the way kids looked at you and treated you as well as parents. You have to look above and beyond that and understand the reasons why you're there, and still not let that put you down. When you feel like you're under pressure and you're getting watched a lot, don't see that as a negative. See it as, do you know what, I've actually got a platform to show people actually what I'm really like. All the eyes are on me. Instead of proving what they think they know about me, let's show them what I'm really about. Let's start being more kind. Let's start being more nice. Let's start working extra hard. So do you know what, their perception of me and coloured people will change.
Just to wrap up as well, what would your final advice be for anyone looking to get into teaching, or looking to become a head teacher, or looking to go into senior posts?
Not self-doubt. Everybody learns as they do the role as well. So if opportunity arises, take it straight away. They say success is when preparation meets opportunity. So start preparing for your success now, because opportunity will come. You need to be prepared for the opportunity. So start working on yourself now. When that time comes, you're ready for it.
Every interview I go to, I'm just like, wow. I leave the room and I'm amazed.
It's
the knowledge. I don't know what these people eat before an interview that we do need is different, because people need to start seeing us differently. We need to start changing the perception of ourselves. And now that you've become a head teacher, that might be something I might look into. Thanks very much for watching, and obviously your boy MrCV, always coming out with different content, always coming out with something new. But most importantly, it's for you to be able to see these people and see how you can be inspired from it. Because you could be the next head teacher, who knows? You could be the next teacher, you could be the next president, prime minister. But you need to start working hard for your success now, so that when it comes, you're ready to grab the opportunity. It's your boy MrCV. Have a nice day. And keep liking, sharing. Hala.